And what's up, everyone? It is me, Pat, joined with my good friend Brandon tonight, and yet again, our third co-host is Mr. Connection.
Yeah, we're not really sure what's up, but I think we're gonna have to figure it out.
Are we gonna need a new co-host?
We might, man. We might, or we'll just have to go the two of us for a while.
Two-man?
Two-man? We've done it.
We've done it. Yeah.
Lots.
Good. The last month.
You know what? I have hope. I think Nanman's just busy for the summer, and he can't tell us that. So he'll be back soon. Everything will be handy.
So, guys, welcome to episode 45 of State of the Gathering. Episode 45, sir. Can you believe that?
Yes, because last week was 44, and I didn't believe it then, but I've grown accustomed to the fact that we've been doing this for a while.
We have, and you know what? We hit a milestone. The first 100 is always the hardest. We hit 100 followers. We're actually at 102 right now.
On Twitch?
On Twitch, so we're over 100 followers. So that means I've been working with our sponsor, cardhoarder.com, and we're going to do something pretty special. I can't say what yet. It'll probably be next week.
Oh. Is it the two of us get every card from Modern?
No.
Oh, okay. Man, I really thought it might be that.
I wish. But no. So we're going to do something really special for the viewers. We're going to give some stuff away. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I think we're going to do it for milestones, like 200, and then, or shall I say probably like 250, and then 500.
Like 105, 106.
Yeah. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching, and we will, let's go over how we generally do this. As always, guys, we start out with our weeks. We talk about Magic, and be prepared for lots of tangents, because God knows that's what we do best here, guys. I
can't concentrate.
No, we are, I call us the podcast with the ADHD of Magic.
You know, yeah, okay.
It is the dead truth on that one. It's squirrel. Oh, sorry.
It's more like, ooh, this Verica art that I've been using as my wallpaper for a while. The bowl is cracked in it, and it drives me nuts. I just don't understand why she can't get a non-cracked bowl. You know?
I don't know. But, you know, it's stuff like that we actually will just randomly go off on tangents and just be prepared for it. But like we do get a lot done, and this week's going to be actually a pretty awesome week because we get to talk about Pro Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to talk next week more about Pro Tour and how it ended up.
Yeah, there's another. I think we have like two topics this week. That's what I'm going with. We have the main topic of Pro Tour, and then like the secondary topic is going to be the Comic-Con news because there was a lot.
Holy Jesus, was there a lot of Comic-Con news. So I'm pretty stoked for all of it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we get to chat about it. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff coming out. And
so let's just get into it.
Yeah, so let's just talk about how was your week. We always talk about your week first anyway, so how was your week?
It's true. I mean, we don't save the best for last year, so I'm just going to go right ahead, say that I got second in a matchup that I think I should have won. It was a friend of mine playing a mono-white devotion list with 4 Soul of Theros, and I was like, that's interesting. He then proceeded to draw his Soul of Theros and crush me with it. So, I still believe in that card. I think it can actually do things in Standard. I think the current metagame is not very good for mono white, which is the problem. Stuff like Life Vein Zombie and just mono black in general is a pretty big deal. I also think I've been running the second Garrick, like we did our verses yesterday, and I played a similar version of the deck. I was running the second Garrick, and I feel like if I drawn him in that game, I'd have easily won. So I just need. I
feel like you just stomped me.
Sure. Yeah, I did. I think I lost a game. And that was
I think you honestly just stomped me.
Yeah, it wasn't super close.
No,
I did get winning 2-0 in series. One of the series was a 2-0, and the other one was a 2-1. So 4 games to 1. Thank you.
Yeah, I felt pretty belittled there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I've been listening a lot to you lately, so.
That's all right. That's all right. My Jun deck took second place this week in our tournament, so.
Man, wait your turn, bro.
Sorry, I just wanted to say.
You better be sorry. Listen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not like I'm the main host or anything, so whatever.
Hey, we don't have that shit here.
Yeah, we do.
Get that weak shit out of here.
I'm throwing it down.
No. All right. You know what? No. Anyway, so like I was saying, I got second. I feel like I should have won. That was probably the best matchup that I played in.
Yeah.
I played against like a mono black aggro deck and a burn deck and beat them pretty easily. And then played the mono white deck, one that I'm pretty confident in, and just got stomped. It wasn't even close. It was pretty sad. Especially like that was the same guy I'd been testing against before, and I think I beat him like 5-2. Like, I won 5 games, he won 2 in our testing, and then he just stopped me in the tournament. It was really disappointing.
Did you cry a little bit?
No, I held it together. So it's actually the same guy I lost to last week, or the week before, in a draft. So he won the draft, and then he won the tournament. He's doing what I was doing before. Now, in all fairness, he was doing that before I even played at that store. But come on, man. I won like 3 weeks in a row. And like 4 standard tournaments in a row. I wanted that back. I want it back. So, that was my week. I got pretty far and then disappointed by the finals.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Always.
It's not the worst though. That's what I can say. You didn't place last.
I could have gotten 0-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually done that yet here, so I'm waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen eventually.
But you know what? I could say I'm still getting ready. We have SCG open. I'm counting down. It's shall we say 1 week and counting.
Oh, is it 1 week now?
1 week.
Jeez. Do you have to miss a day?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's like real close to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an hour drive.
Oh, yeah. Jealous.
Alright, I'm sorry I had to message good old CVM and see if he had my stuff, so.
Yeah, bro. Still get your cards.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, because he was running that Jun Monsters, or Jun Planeswalkers.
Yeah, we should talk about that deck.
We'll talk about that in our results.
The results, yeah. Okay.
So, I ran my Jun, whatever you want to call it, Monsters.
It's Jun Monsters.
It's Jun Monsters, but my take. And... Yeah. So, game 1, I completely just railed the guy I was playing. It was like a 2-0. I was done in 5 minutes. It was...
That's pretty brutal.
I felt kind of bad because it was one of my really good friends.
Oh, well, if it's one of your friends, you don't feel bad.
Oh, I do.
Some random guy you don't know. It's like some little kid who just like walks in. He's got like his draft deck. He's like, I didn't have enough cards, so I had to add some more land. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. And then you just destroy him.
Yeah, I felt really bad for my buddy because he's just getting back into it. It's my fault he got back into it. So, and I've been helping him out, and he has a really killer deck. But Mono Green Devotion against Jun Monsters is not fair.
I actually know how that matchup goes. I haven't seen it at all. So is it good for the Jun deck? I guess.
Oh, the Jun deck rolls it.
That's interesting.
Absolutely rolls it.
So I thought they're both trying to do similar things, right? They're just both trying to play a big threat and kill you. I thought the green deck would do that better, but maybe not.
Like, he was playing threats, but I was keeping him off his mana ramp.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you kill their devotion cards, then you're going to win. But, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, he'd play, like, his Carotid or whatever, and I'd just be like, all right, well, I'm just going to play something bigger, and you got to now deal with that. Mm-hmm. And when I get to turn 5, for some reason, I was on top of my Xenogods. Like, they just magically would come out on turn 5 for me.
Yeah.
And then it would be like turn 6, Polychronos, swing 10. Turn 7, Stormbreath Dragon, swing 8. What are you going to do? And I got into... So, round 2 came out, and I just got mana flooded and mana screwed. Both games. Like, I got 2-0'd. It was a deck I should have beat. very easily, but I just could not draw right.
Yep.
Sorry, he just sent me a message. What can I say?
What?
Yeah. So that just was bad. The kid I don't like.
The kid you don't like? Who's the kid you don't like?
It's the kid I didn't like in the store. He's kind of annoying. He thinks he's the best pro ever.
Oh, and he beat you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was whatever. And then what it came down to was he had already lost or drew a game. So I knew I was going to be running for second place if I won well enough. So the game I played, it was against another guy that he was 1-0-1, and I was 1-1. So I knew if I won, I'd probably take second. And I absolutely just wrecked him. Jun Monsters came right out, did what exactly I was supposed to do, and just right over top.
Killed his face.
Yep, destroyed his face. And he was running mono black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. Like, he'd be like, I'd play Polychronos, he'd be like, all right, kill it. I'd be like, all right, play this. He'd be like, kill it. I'd be like, Corsair. He'd be like, kill it. I'd be like...
Eventually just run out.
Yeah, I'm like, eventually he just has no more kill spells, and I'm like, Xenagod. Oh, you can't kill it, can you?
Can't downfall Lewis.
Can't downfall that? And then I just would play, like, stupidly big stuff and just run him over with it, and he'd just like, yeah, I got nothing.
Mm-hmm. That is what your deck does.
Yeah, it's just, it takes advantage of that really well. And
well, so Jump Monsters really is just like a big threat deck.
It is. It's a really big threat deck. I did end up, I kept screwing with him the whole time because I had a return in my hand. So every turn I'd be like, so how many cards you got in your hand? So how many cards you got in your hand?
You just cast a return.
And so finally he'd be like, I had 4. And I'm like, return for 4? And you should have saw the look I got. It was like gray merch, Urbog.
This guy takes such pleasure in other people's misfortune.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. All right.
So I ended up going 2-1. Took second place very easily. My buddy who I destroyed took third. So he recovered pretty well.
Yeah, that's good.
Other than that, deck tested a living crap ton this week for SCG Open.
Right.
I still have no idea what I'm running. I'm actually leaning on Jun Monsters.
Yeah, you should play what you're playing. Most.
I feel like people do not expect the Xenagod.
Mm-hmm.
And when he hits the table, it doesn't matter if you're playing control. If he hits the table and you're playing against a control deck and they cannot get rid of him in a turn, and they can't counterspell your stuff, and you just start swinging with big stuff, they have no idea what to do.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't deal with giant, hasty Polychronoses.
Or giant Stormbreath Dragons.
I mean, Stormbreath Dragons already have haste. I don't think Xenagod actually does much for them, but...
When
like,
you monstrous, it does. 14 in the air.
Like, I think if you're monstrous in your Polychronos, you're probably winning anyway.
Yeah,
it's just a win more at that point.
Yeah.
The only card I really think it matters with is, like, Core Clan Rampager, which I don't even know if you're running any.
No.
And Polychronos. I think everything else just doesn't really matter for, which is why they took it out originally. But it's like it's still good.
Yeah.
It still fucking runs them over.
Oh, Gore Clan's awesome. I love Gore Clan. Because it's like Polychronos 10, and then you're like block, and then you're like Rampager, and then.
Well, why do you trample from Xenagod?
No, Xenagod doesn't give trample. He gives haste.
He gives both.
No, he does not.
I've read this like 5 times, haven't I? Oh, whatever. We're gonna go look then.
All right, you go look.
Okay, let's move on now.
All right. So other than that, deck tested a lot. Come to find out, I've got 2 decks lined up. Well, 3 decks right now. I'm trying to decide between. So if anyone in the stream's watching tonight and you have a choice, it's going to be a black-white mid-range deck, a green-black devotion, which is heavy on the green and the devotion part, or my Jund deck. So
I'm confused now.
If I could turn things sideways, that's my best ability. So other than that, yeah, let's get right into it. Results.
Well, read the thing.
I don't have the thing up.
Just open it then. It's like a whole thing. I made it so easy, Pat. All you gotta do is go through it.
All right, hold on.
So easy.
I did not.
That's why you fail. This is why you're not the main host.
Whatever. Whatever.
Daggers.
You know what? I hate you today.
Yeah? Is it because I beat you last night?
It is.
Okay, sure. I'll accept it.
I'm still salty because of that.
Such salt.
Shared with me.
Okay, you should talk about Card Hoarder.
All right, so I got it right here. Card Hoarder, guys. So hopefully next week we're going to have Natty on. Now, Nathaniel is the part... It's hard to explain. He's the part owner of Card Hoarder. They're our sponsor. And he's going to talk about everything new that's been going on. Basically, their new site, version 4, and how that's affected them. It's actually helped them in some ways because the promotional cards now are easily sellable, and you can get them easier. And that will lead into MCOS or MOCS. Mox. And the PTQ is coming back online, so we'll talk about that for sure. But yeah, guys, if you need online cards, please go to cardhoarder.com. Honestly, best site and the most awesome guys you can deal with.
Also, do follow them on Twitter. Their flash sales are pretty sweet. I think their last one was like Snapcaster Mage again.
It was Snapcaster for like 6 tickets.
8 tickets or something.
Yeah.
Something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. Those guys are crazy.
They are crazy, but we love them.
It's true.
So let's get into some results. I'll talk more about Card Hoarder next week for sure when we have Natty on. I'm hoping to get him on. He says his mic situation is not up to par as he feels. So I said I don't care. We'll figure it out. So, all right, standard decks. So I went over this with the guys when we were deck testing, and
Scott Lip.
All I gotta say is Mono Black, while it had 2 in the top 8, none of them were close to top 8 or like number 1. They were 7 and 8.
They were both out the first round of top 8.
Yeah. And I mean, now the surprise was Feline Longmore.
Oh.
She actually is trying to grind the points, I guess. Really, the guys were talking about it because she's in the running. And she's close, but she's only been playing in the Legacy side.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, with the High Tide deck, which is an awesome deck to watch. I'm not going to lie.
She's the one playing High Tide, right? Or is she Mirror?
No, she's High Tide.
Okay, yeah.
Very much High Tide. And so now she's grinding out the standard side.
Mm-hmm.
And Mono Black, not a bad pick because Mono Black is very strong, and it should... If
she just played
the
best deck.
Yeah, she just literally went online and said, this is the best deck and I'm going to play it.
Yeah, it's a little different actually. She's got 1 Erebos.
Yeah.
Main board, which is not usual. I think Erebos is just a card that's not even played anymore. And she's got no Sign and Bloods anywhere.
No.
Which is weird, because Sign and Blood is fantastic and she should be playing it.
Nope, definitely. But let's talk about the top 3. Because they all kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, Black-White did.
Black-White didn't, but Green-White aggro has not topped in a while.
No, it's been getting like 8th.
It's been getting like 8th. I'm saying like number 1.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I tested this deck. We literally built this deck on Sunday, me and my buddies. And we said, all right, let's throw it against the decks that we're going to see. Black-White midrange, Mono Black, Mono Blue, Jund Monsters, the big stuff. And we kept playing it, and we're like, all right, this guy had to have taken an early round loss and then, like, just skidded through until he got to the the round of 8.
Why?
Because this deck got destroyed. We tested it for, like, 6 hours. And it kept getting destroyed by Mono Black and all those.
Yeah, I don't think Mono Black could be... That's, like, I don't know what the good matchups for this deck are. I understand there's like 4 Skylashes in the sideboard.
Yeah.
But it's like a huge dog to Mono Blue.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna be Mono Blue very often. Like all the good ways to beat it, yeah.
But it took the first place. So yeah, Scott Lipp, great job at piloting. I hope this is like the deck that you just felt super comfortable with. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Because like CVM has said, it's not about the cards all the time. It's about how well you can pilot your deck.
Yeah. Same in Modern.
Same in Modern. That's why I like Modern. Legacy's a little bit different, but, you know.
Same in Legacy.
No.
I think it's even more so in Legacy. Like, it's a format that's just, if you know the interactions well enough, you can run a deck and win.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, Standard's not like that. Modern is like that, but not as much. I think Legacy, like, so in Modern you can brew a lot. Legacy you just can't brew as much. So it's really all about knowing your deck.
Yep.
100% of the format. So.
Yep. That's why I think Modern's a better format for competitive side than Legacy is. But that's something we'll talk about a little. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. Because one of our people that have joined us, one of our special guests, wrote an article about that this week. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so green-white aggro. You know, I look at it and it's pretty much a stock list. We thought we'd see the new Johnny.
No, Call of the Pride is so much better.
Color's good.
He's 3 mana.
But Sunblade Elf is a great addition to it.
Yep.
2/2 for 1 is always going to be welcomed. Soldier
What's more than that?
You know,
it's a 2/2 for 1 that has an ability that stops you from flooding.
Yeah.
So it can also just finish games without committing to the board too much.
Yep.
So like if you've got 2 guys out and you're attacking versus a blue-eyed deck, you don't have to play a 3rd guy to kill them on time. You can just try to kill them with some Blade Elf. So
yep.
I think it's pretty good.
It is, and I mean you can regenerate with that Experiment 1 and all that stuff. So, you know, it's a very solid deck. It's not anything outlandish. It's just a bunch of solid cards that hopefully will kill you within about turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's not playing the version, like, he's actually split on white and green. So he's not playing the version where it's just mostly white and then you Brave the Elements.
Yeah.
So that is worth mentioning. I think that version, I like it better.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems pretty good, too. Like, obviously you won the tournament with it, so...
Like I said, I
can't really say it's bad.
No, like I said, I think he's playing a card that I think is going to jump in price a lot, too, which is Boon Satyr.
Probably not.
Boon Satyr's a solid card.
I think Boon Satyr's good. But I just don't think it's going to jump in price because it's, like, it's pretty much not a bulk rare, but, like, it's a very often open rare because of the set it was in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also really limited, being double green. So I think there's only, like, 2 decks that want it.
Sure.
So I don't think it's going to go up in price. I think it's going to go up in play.
Yeah.
Which I think is what you meant.
Well, let's talk about the second deck. It was originally named...
You know, I mean, we should talk about the fact that there's Citizen Tactics and a Johnny Steadfast in the sideboard, as well as Hunt the Hunter.
Well, I mean, basically, he's switching a Johnny's. So, for one, depending on when he needs which a Johnny.
I don't think so. I think Johnny Steadfast is better in the same... like. So, if he's going to flood the board in a matchup, then he's going to want Steadfast as well. But he still wants Call of the Pride. Like, Call of the Pride is just sick.
Yeah, but you
even
can't
if he
play
plays it... Yeah, so even if he plays Call of the Pride, minuses it, like jumps his, I don't know, his Advent of the Worm token.
Yeah.
And then next turn he pluses it once, and then plays Steadfast and minuses. That's awesome. He gets so much value out of his Call of the Pride. He doesn't care about losing it, and then he's got a Steadfast to like follow up.
Sure, I get that then. So.
Yeah.
Nope, I get that. That's actually a pretty good call. I didn't think of that way.
Yeah.
So all
the Jund deck.
The Jund deck. Now, originally this was named on stream Jund Walkers. And if you guys are a CVM fan at all, he did run this on his stream this week.
Yeah.
I think it was decided it was the surprise deck.
Yeah. I don't think this deck's very good. I've played a lot of Jund. So if you hear me saying Jund deck probably isn't all that great, then listen.
Everyone said it's a solid deck, but the value wise, you can get better value out of other cards.
Yeah. I mean, he's got Stormbreath Dragon in the sideboard as a 4 of. I'm guessing he brought them in almost every single matchup.
Yeah.
Like, literally almost every single matchup.
I saw this deck play, and it was interesting. Trust me. I mean, he's playing one of my newfound favorite cards, which is the Garruk Apex Predator.
Hey, sweet. I love me some Apex Predator. I just traded for my second.
It's Gap, is what it is.
It's what?
It's a Gap.
Gap?
GAP.
What's a Gap?
It's Garruk for short.
Oh, Garruk Apex. Yeah. I'm never gonna call it that.
I will. But it was like ramp with Courser. Basically, it's the character Courser mix. 10 walkers and a bunch of like kill spells.
Yeah, and 3 Read the Bones.
Yeah, for draw.
Which I also just don't like.
I'd rather see Sign of Blood.
Yeah, so the thing about Read the Bones is like you take your 3rd turn off to do this, and that's okay as far as threats go because all your threats are at least 4 mana.
Yep.
So for this deck, taking your turn off to Read the Bones isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But you're going to want to cast 2 spells in 1 turn, and Sign of Blood lets you do that on 4 mana. Read the Bones makes you wait till 5 mana, or even 6 mana with a lot of the spells here. Like, if you're going to Read the Bones plus Downfall, it's 6 mana. It's a lot of freaking mana. You're not always going to get there. If you want to Sign of Blood plus Downfall, it's 5, which, I mean, the difference seems small, but it's not. 5 and 6 mana are very, very large gaps. So, yeah, I mean, I like Sign of Blood better there. I think
especially with the mana base only being 24 lands for this deck.
Yeah, I think 24 is fine. I'm only running 24 in my Jund decks usually.
Yeah, this is like Jund control almost is what it is.
Yeah, I mean he's running like Chandras and stuff. Those will help with the land drops, as well as like Xenagos can fix his mana. And then you gotta remember he does have 4 courses and 4 Caryatids, both of which also help with your mana. So I think the mana's not a big problem here. It's just like casting multiple spells in a turn is what you need to get to with this deck because you're gonna have more cards than your opponent. You just need to play them.
Yep.
So Read the Bones is worse there. I like Sign of Blood over Connections, and I like Connections over Read the Bones a lot of time. I think maybe I like Read the Bones over Connections here, but I still like Sign of Blood over Read.
Well, I don't Connections. I'm losing faith in, just because it's getting killed a lot. There's a lot of answers for it out there.
Yeah, it is worth just like casting a card and getting advantage right there.
Yep.
I think part of the reason I like Sign of Blood so much is like the rate is just so good. 2 cards for 2 mana, fantastic. This is like 2.5 cards for 3 mana, so it's a little worse. I don't know. I'm not as huge a fan of it.
No, I agree. So I went over it and I've tinkered with it and we, talked it over. Like I said, I think this is the surprise deck, the deck that no one saw coming, and it's really the only.
Jerry Thompson saw it coming because this is a deck that he posted.
Well, they've talked about it. Like, wasn't it P-Chaps talked about it?
No, I mean, there's an article in Star City that the daily whatever, one of Jerry Thompson's, and this is the deck. It's like got a couple of changes, but this is pretty much it.
But I mean, they talked about it being, you can play a lot of Planeswalkers in Jund now.
Okay, yeah.
And they said we'll wait and see what someone can do with a Jund shell, and Barry Smith said challenge accepted, and he piloted it extremely well. And I think the reason being, Hero's Downfall at most is a 4-of deck, and you have 10 different planeswalkers or 10 total planeswalkers. There's no other way to get rid of planeswalkers, really.
Well, there's Garruk.
Okay, and there's Vraska.
And Vraska. All of which are in this deck.
Yeah. But that's Jund you have to run into. Okay, mono black, Hero's Downfall only.
That and like attacking with desecration. But I think this deck is actually probably like way favored versus mono black.
Yeah.
The reason is because like the planeswalkers can't just get killed, but this deck so mono black usually wins by out card advantaging you and then playing a demon or a pack rat. This deck can deal with pack rat because it's got Mazium Mortars, and I think it's got Bioblight. Oh no, it doesn't have Bioblight in the sideboard.
No.
Never mind. But it's got like Abrupt Decays and Blue Charms and Downfalls and
Yep.
Putrefy and all that main board to deal with Macra, so you can keep it small.
Yep.
And the other way Mono Black wins is with Desecration Demon, and there's so many answers to Desecration Demon in this deck. There's Vraska, there's Garruk, there's even Dreadbore, Putrefy, 3 Downfall.
Xenagos. You put a Xenagos out? Okay, I'm just making a Reveler.
Yeah, so it's not easy for Mono Black to kill you when they're playing against something like this.
Yeah.
And that's always been Mono Black's weakness. Like, a mid-range deck that's just a little more control-y is going to just prey on Mono Black so well. Because their threats are better, but their removal's just as good.
Yeah.
So, I really like this deck. Another matchup where you'd probably want to board in Stormwrath Dragon. Just play this card, Man Boyd, boys and girls.
Yeah.
If you're like pure John, you want Dragon. At
well,
least
I mean,
2.
you look at Jeff Hooligan. He's playing Stormbreath in Modern. He says it's 100 times better than Hellkite.
Than Hellkite?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 100 times better.
He loves it more than Hellkite.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, like, does he think it's better, or does he think it's like exceptionally better?
He says it's exceptionally better.
Oof, those are bold words. Thunderbolt Hellkite was one of the biggest mistakes of all time. Like, or in Magic anyway. The card shouldn't have been printed.
But
I think Stormwrath Dragon's fair. Is it like the pro white? Is that
I think it's pro white. That's why he's.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think the monstrosity ability is very relevant. Pro white's obviously relevant.
Pro white's extremely relevant.
Yeah, I think Thunderbolt Hellkite was so good in standard just because it tapped all their angels, which is like how you defended against it, and this just runs through them. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty sweet. Maybe this would have been broken last standard too. I don't know.
So, but the other one that went into the top 3 was a black-white midrange. I like the deck. It's like your solid black-white midrange deck would be.
This is what you played last night, right?
Yeah.
Just like this list. Yeah.
I tweaked it some. I just didn't like the Underworld connections. I put Sign of Blood in place and stuff like that.
Oh, he's got 3 connections main board. Yeah, I think Sign of Blood is just a better card.
I think it's all
like,
better.
What are you gonna do? You gonna pay 5 mana for 2 cards or 2 mana for 2 cards? I know that's like a not completely fair representation because Underworld Connections can draw like 8 cards or whatever.
All right, you
but the
take it for 2
so
seconds.
Good
I'm
on
gonna run and grab some more water. My throat's been a little goofy, so.
Oh sure, I'll just talk about this deck.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. He's not running the full number of any creature except for Pack Rat, so he's not full into the mono black range. But I mean, it's because he's cutting. Yeah, he's cutting some of his other creatures for stuff like Blood Baron, Vizkopa, and 2 Obzidots. So he's got 3 Lifeline Zombies, 4 Pack Rats, 3 Desecration Demons. The 4th creature that Mono Black runs, I cannot remember what it is, but he doesn't have any of those. He's got 2 Elspeths, which is pretty sweet. I think the big draw to running these black-white decks is 4 Elspeth. So if you're able to just like land an Elspeth in a lot of matchups, you're going to win. Same thing as like Obzidot and Blood Baron. Like I like Blood Baron a lot more than I used to, just because Mono Black is super big right now, so I don't mind him running 3. And then the 2 Obzidots, I just kind of like that card. It's really good. He doesn't have any whips in the list, so maybe he could shave something for that. I think the whip plus Obzidot combo is really good, and it's just something that, like, you know, something like Mono Black would not be able to beat this deck if it got whip out. It just can't beat you. They're never going to be able to kill you because you got the threats that are just as good as theirs, but they're getting life and you're not, if you don't have a whip yourself. The thing about this deck is it can actually deal with whip, and post board it can bring in Banishing Lights, more, or I assume some amount of Underworld connections. You probably want Deicides come in because you're going to want to deal with your opponent's connections, and then stuff like Erebos. So I think you've got a pretty good matchup versus Mono Black here. This is what we played last night, or Pat did, and I did beat him with Black Green. But I think that might have been, you know, part of draws, part of me just being really experienced with my deck, and, you know, Pat hasn't been playing this one too much, so I don't know. I think it's still pretty good. This is one of the decks that I would actually go to an event with. It's got a really good matchup versus 2 of the decks that are going to be really big, being Esper or like Blue-White X plus Mono Black. I think it's a bit of a dog versus Mono Blue, but I mean, you can still just do the same plan as Mono Black of play Pack Rat turn 2, kill you with it. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good in that sense. Again, you can also bring in more removal spells for that matchup. I'm just going to move on to the next one. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Oh, we don't have that up anyway. All right, fine. So what else in the top 8? The 4th place deck, so the other deck other than these 3 that made top 4 was a Mono Blue Devotion list. As far as I can see, yeah, it's just completely stock. That was Urker, which is an interesting one. We also had 2 mono black devotion decks. We talked about those. There's nothing really that exciting about them. 1 Jund Monsters list and 1 red white aggro. So I think we should take a look at the red white aggro. This is really interesting. So it's playing Judge's Familiar, which is not something you see a lot. I don't think this card's very good. But this is like just a super aggressive version. So it's got a lot of 1-drops. Boris Elite, Dryad Militant, Judge's Familiar, and Soldier of the Pantheon. And these got the good 2-drops as well. 2 Precinct Captains, 4 Daring Skyjacks, which I think is probably the right number here. Maybe more Captains. But I think you want a lot of Daring Skyjacks just because this kind of deck is going to turn on Battalion a lot. And that card is very good when you're turning on Battalion. And helping turn on Battalion, oddly enough, is Imposing Sovereign. It doesn't usually sound like the card that helps you turn on Battalion, but it really is because your opponents just can't play blockers and block them right away. They have to obviously not block as soon as they play it, as it does enter tap. So this card's really sweet. And then to top off the curve, he has 2 Brimas. I think that's probably the correct number. I can't think of a different creature in Standard right now in like white that he's going to want over this. So I think 2 Brimas seems good. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Judge's Familiar ever. So, Mono Blue can play it just because they really need the devotion. This deck does not need devotion, so I don't know. Seems a little weird. This is also a deck that's playing a Johnny Steadfast, which makes Judge's Familiar a little more reasonable, I suppose.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. I'm on the red-white aggro list.
Alright.
So yeah, this is like a deck that's going to play a lot of dudes, like on 1 and 2, and then play Johnny Steadfast at the end of their curve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, there wasn't a ton that jumped out. I mean, there was a Naya Tokens deck that has been seen and played a few times.
Meh.
But nothing that says, oh my god, I need to talk about this. And other than that, yeah.
This one does this Vitagazi Guild Mage. That's kind of cute.
Well, that's the way they've been playing it lately.
With the Guild Mage?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I don't think that card's very good for Constructed.
Alright, well, let's jump into Legacy.
Sure.
So, one of my favorite decks took first place, which is Death and Taxes. I love
You would like Death and Taxes.
I love Death and Taxes. I'm not
What's
gonna...
that? You want to have fun and play Legacy, this really sweet format? No. You're not allowed to.
No.
That's pretty much what this deck is. This is the fun place of the format, which is kind of weird.
It really is, because, I mean, Phyrexian Revoker, Mind Sensor,
Thalia.
That's
the big one.
Wastelands,
Stoneforge Mystic?
Oh, yeah.
This is not normal Death and Taxes.
No, this is an awesome Death and Taxes.
So, well, I mean, it's Death and Taxes with equipment.
Yeah.
That's the only difference, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I have not seen that ever. I'm sure it's a thing, but I haven't seen it.
I actually thought about breaking out my Wastelands, my Crocuses, and my Schadenports and playing this.
Yeah, why not? You got everything for it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, I'd play this deck. It's so infuriating.
But
I
am not going to be playing Legacy while I'm playing Modern.
What? Will we Legion Moat?
Yeah.
This deck is insane.
But
Cataclysm?
But it was a lot of fun. They're actually up in the top 16. There was 2 lands deck. And I love lands. Watching lands get piloted by far is just awesome and hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, kill your guy. Like, wasteland your land. Life from the low. Go. Have fun.
Yeah, you said Death and Taxes is a fun place. Lands is a fun place, too.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
This is a lockout deck. It's not Fun Police.
But then the other one is Omnitel, which is just a lot of fun to watch. Because who loves Omniscience? I mean,
no one.
I do.
Okay. So taking second was a Rug Delver list.
Not surprised. Delver's always around the top.
Yeah. 2 Cataxian Probes should be 4. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Other than that, not really a big.
There's like a burn list and a Jund list in the top 8. Man, you skip over a lot. Just saying.
I just don't feel like the burn list needs to be talked about because we talked about it 2 weeks ago, and burn is going to be a thing because burn is awesome now because
Idol on the Great Level 4 of main board. Watch out, guys. You should still be buying these. I think they're like $8 now.
Yeah, they've jumped.
Yeah, you should still be buying them.
No,
if you ever
six.
see Idol on the Great Level, go get it. Yeah, that's
they're
what I
at
said.
6 right now. So
yeah. This card's still sweet, but I think there's not a lot different.
No,
other than that,
it's
like Jund as well.
The Jund is a little different. Generally, if you see a Jund list, you see Deathrite Shaman, and this one did have it. But then they, of course, now can play Bloodbraid Elf, which is pretty alright in itself.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard for Legacy.
Yeah.
The only difference here is the 2 Sylvan Libraries.
Yep, and I like Sylvan Library actually in it, so.
Yep, he's got 2 Zones Jitame sideboard, which is kind of cool. Not always this card you see Jund playing. Other than that, there's like the 2 Golgari Charms, which are kind of sweet, but that's about it.
Yeah.
1 Scavenging Ooze. Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard. Like, this is one of the only decks that gets to play Dark Confidant in Legacy, just because they don't have to play blue, or if they're not playing blue, so they don't have to play Force of Will.
Yep.
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah, other than that, really not a whole ton different for Legacy. Legacy, you see a lot of the same list.
Yeah, we still get to talk about, though, Pat. God.
I want to talk about Modern, okay?
Okay, let's talk about Modern. There was this Grand Prix. Where was it? Boston?
Well, we're not going to talk about Grand Prix. We're going to talk about the Premier IQ first. And the guy that took first place, because he had a awesome list and piloted it really well, that would be one Ken Ketter.
Oh.
I feel like we need to have Mr. Ketter on, and I will have to get in contact with him.
Oh, it was a rock deck.
Yeah, he played rock.
Yeah, black-green, bruh. That's the deck I would play. Of course, that's just because I only play that.
He had his Goyfs, he had his Confidants, he had Pack Rat.
2 Pack Rat!
Yeah, surprise, there's a Pack Rat.
Guys, Pack Rat, I feel like is a card we should buy right now. It's only $2. It's going to be like 6 or 7 eventually.
Yeah.
If it keeps getting played in Modern, that's going to happen.
It is going to
I don't want to live in this world, but, whatever.
Pack Rat.
It's apparently pretty sweet.
Yep.
So other than that, he's got the... Wow, there's no Dark Confidants in this list?
Yeah, there is. There's a 4 of Dark Confidant.
Oh, there it is. What's not in here? Tarmogoyf, Scavengers. Oh, there's no Coursers. Yeah. Okay. He's playing Pack Rats instead of Coursers.
Yep.
Man, people need to respect the Courser. That card's sweet. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It's like 2 Dismember, 1 Putrefy.
Yep.
And 2 Slaughter Packs are the differences here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're always playing 4 at least, or like at least 3 abrupt decays, sometimes 4, and he's playing 4 in this list. The 4 Lilies, like the rest of it's just standard.
It's your standard list.
Jund. I just call it green black X is Jund.
Yeah.
In Modern. That's
it's your standard list.
Yeah. I mean, I don't call that Jund. I just feel like in Modern it is. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like there's not enough respect to Affinity here. He's only got 1 Creeping Corrosion. That's like all his hate.
I think he's not too worried about it. With the Dismembers and the Putrefy and the Slaughter Pack and the Maelstrom Pulse and there's
he's got Drowned Sorrow. Those come in.
Yeah,
The 3 of Drowned Sorrow.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be sick in the Affinity matchup. Yeah, kills most of their stuff.
Yep. And it wipes them out really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, this deck seems really good.
Yeah.
He beat Blue-Red Delver deck.
Yeah.
Which is
and
nuts.
that Delver deck was actually impressive to watch from what I hear. I had a few friends that were at this one, and they said this Delver deck was pretty unreal.
Oh, he does have Mana Leaks. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
this is your pretty standard Delver list. I guess he's got Pillar Flames in the main board. Those aren't always in Delver.
Nope.
They can't be. Really depends on if you want to, or if you think you're going to see a lot of Pod, because it does get rid of Voice Resurgence. Yeah, I mean, other than that, it's pretty standard Delver. The only real thing he's done is split up his counters magic.
Yeah.
So like 3 Mana Leaks, 3 Remands, 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Spell Snare, 2 Vapor Snag. And then, so it's instead of just being like, okay, I'm running, I don't know, Mana Leaks and Remands, which is what a lot of lists will do, he's kind of split it all up. So he's got a nice amount of difference. It's pretty cool. Ooh, spicy. Is it Staticaster on the sideboard of this deck?
That's what I saw. I was about to say, and you're totally missing the Staticaster.
Man, I'm not missing. I'm just not on the sideboard
Yeah.
yet. I'm still reveling in the main board. Yeah, I like these these
Yeah.
Delver lists. They're really close to like the
And they're
same kind of
not
ideas.
super
Legacy
expensive
decks.
either if you want to build them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not.
the Tarns are a little pricey, but other than that, Tarn's
Yeah,
not the
wow.
worst.
Oh, it does have Steam Vents. I thought he didn't have any Steam Vents. I was like, that's
No.
insane.
And
I mean, the
snaps
creature base
can be a little
cheap.
goofy at times at 30, but
Yeah, exactly. Like Delvers are cheap. Lava Monsters cheap. Young Pyromancers cheap. Almost all the spells that are main board are pretty cheap. Like Lightning Bolts are $3 now. Electrolytes are cheap. Mana Links are cheap. Remands are available because they were just reprinted in that dual deck. And like Spell Pierce, Spell Snake, Vapor Snake, all that, or Spell Snare, Vapor Snake. They're all kind of like, they're a couple bucks, but they're not much.
Yeah.
So if this is like a pretty good list to start off with in Modern.
Yeah, Spell Skites are a little expensive for your side. They're at 20.
Yeah, they're like $30.
20.
Oh, they're 20?
Yeah.
Okay. A friend of mine has like 10. They just like didn't even know he had. I was looking through his stack of cards. I'm like, dude, there's a bunch of spell cards in here. He's like $30 each. It's like, what? That's pretty funny.
So yeah, no, I love the blue-red Delver. It's a pretty inexpensive list to get yourself started.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And you don't even, honestly, to run it while the Tarns make it more smooth, you don't need them technically.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, this gen list is actually a little different.
Yeah, the Jun list was my next one. Chris Lewis.
Yep.
Now, I said
what's different, Pat? Let's see if you can find it.
Well, I see Huntmaster.
There you go. You got it. That's actually
and I said, why does someone play Huntmaster? And I said, oh, wait, it's a good card.
It's really good. I think it's just good enough for Jund. Because a lot of the spells you're playing are instants and stuff. Yeah. So you're going to be like, all right, I guess at the end of your turn, I'll bolt that thing and terminate their guy. Oh, my Huntmaster flip. Sweet. Okay, my turn? Yeah, I'll attack and do nothing. Oh, he flipped again. It's the same kind of thing you were doing with the old Jund list in Standard, where it's just like flipping him all the time, and you're using Liliana to strip apart their hands, so your Headmaster can just run away with the game.
Yep.
Which is pretty sweet. So I really like this list.
Yep.
As far as like the sideboard goes, the interesting things here are one, Olivia. And speaking of Olivia, we'll talk about her in a different Jund list from a different tournament in a bit. Because she did something pretty cool there. Yeah, I mean, that's really the only cool thing in the sideboard.
Yeah. And then, of course, then Affinity came in fourth. So.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Merfolk! There's
Merfolk, is... you know what? I want to skip Merfolk because Merfolk is Merfolk. It's the same list everyone runs.
Hey, no. There's a Thassa and a Kira and a Korhelm commander in this list.
Okay, let's skip it.
It's a little different.
I want to talk about what deck made its just complete... Because I had friends at both GP Boston and this one, the Star City Premier.
Okay. You talking about...
Scapeshift. Holy God, they said... One guy, even BBD said he ran into 4 in one day.
Yeah, there's a lot of Scapeshift right now.
There's a lot of Scapeshift running around right now.
It's just the problem with Scapeshift. Their matchup versus Jund is just not good.
It's not, but everything else, it destroys.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like this deck a lot.
And yet again, it's not expensive.
Yeah, it is. Are you kidding?
It's not.
You're joking, right?
Not for
Have
me.
you ever paid for a crypto command? What are they, like $70? Oh, only 60? There's 3 in this list. There's 3 Snapcaster Mages. What else? Your Scapeshift is it's like 10 or something. Oh, it's 20. Okay, it's gone up. There's a Battle Skull on the sideboard.
I'm sorry, I forgot I have most of the cards. Oh,
yeah.
I forgot what their prices are.
Yeah, there's like 2 Flooded Groves as well, which are more than Shocklands. Yeah, those are 30 each. This list is not cheap, but it's sweet.
Yeah.
That's true. Its inexpensiveness is not. But it's really cool, though. I like it.
Yeah.
I think Scapeshift is a deck that I would consider playing if I had all these cards.
Yep. Just don't forget Vidalian Click, another $70 card.
Are there Vidalian Clicks in here?
Sideboard.
Yeah, yep. $70. $80. They went up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's insane. This is like 25 when I started, like, actually looking at the value of cards.
Yep.
That's unreal. Just unreal. The modern cards need to be... These cards need to be reprinted again. Yeah.
Well,
this deck's
that's something we'll talk about in the news, because KellenCon, there were some things that were hinted, so...
Were there?
Yes, and we'll talk about
You're
that.
gonna have to jump in. All right. So what else we have is a grave rights deck, or gift rights. Sorry.
Yeah.
This deck, the idea here is you gifts ungiven for Elishnorn and what's that one called? Unburial Rights.
Yep.
And you just put them both in your graveyard, and then you make an Elishnorn on turn like 4 or 5.
It's actually more like Elishnorn on turn 3.
How?
If you're lucky.
Where you don't have any mana ramp.
If they path you or anything, if you're really lucky.
Oh. What are they gonna path?
Your Snapcaster.
So you're one of 2 Snapcaster mages
Yep.
is gonna be used by then?
Yeah.
You're insane!
I am not right in the head.
If you get super lucky, yeah, I suppose that could happen. I think generally you're gonna get this on like turn 4 or 5.
Yep, and if you get that out anyway, Elishnorn just ends the game.
Whatever, you just win anyway. Who cares what turn it is? Just
Yeah.
like, oh, I got Elishnorn, you're dead. It's pretty sweet. He's also got a Grave Titan, which is sick, so he can bring that out. It's like an alternative. It's pretty nice. If you
It's
draw
a
your
win.
Elishnorn, you just put Grave Titan in your graveyard. It's pretty cool. The spicy ones here are like a Shadow of Doubt main board, which is a huge blowout against like a fetch land or even I don't know, Gifts Ungiven. If your opponents are playing it, you're just like Shadow of Doubt. No, you draw the card and I don't. That's terrible. It's a pretty cool deck.
You know what card I'm playing with in Modern? Tinkering with?
What is it?
Waste Not.
You shouldn't be. Okay, maybe you should be. It could be cool.
Try Pox and Waste Not together.
Sure.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'll play like 1.
Oh, yes.
The thing about Waste Not is like...
Keep
so
discarding your cards. Please. Oh, wait. I'm going to give you a... We're going to put Dictated of Crewfix out. Oh, I have a... I have some other cards. And you just have to keep discarding. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Foils of Waste Not are $20 for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Why does everyone want this card to be good so much? Well, I understand why they want it to be good so much, but it's not. It's not good. Anyway, so the last deck in the top 8 of that IQ was a junk list.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty standard. It's like got 1 Throne main board.
Yeah.
That's the only interesting thing.
All
yeah,
right.
it looks like he cut a Lingering Souls for a Throne.
I want to talk about this one deck because Jeff was playing it on our stream.
Sure.
Week. Jeff Hugan's blue, white, red flash. So people will scratch your heads, and it actually has Bramaz and Storm Breath.
Yeah. I mean, if he likes Storm Breath better than Thundermaw, he would be playing it in this deck.
Yep. And it was pretty disgusting. It plays really well.
He got you with this one?
Yeah, this one I just could not handle.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This deck's really
when he
strong.
top decks Anger's on top of me when I'm actually got a board state with my black-white humans deck. There's nothing I could do.
Yeah, you don't really beat that card.
No.
Nope, unless you have like Boros Charm. Oh no, you're black-white. Never mind. You just don't beat that card.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I love it. Anger's being played a lot in Modern. Like, I think it's sweet. Seeing all these Theros cards being played in Modern means that, like, it's going to be even easier to get into the format because everyone's going to have Angers, which are like $2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they're $2.
Yep.
Pretty easy to get.
Yep.
This deck's sweet, though.
Yeah. It played really well. Jeff said he'd come back and play against me. I think I'm going to run my Elves deck against him next time.
Oh, yeah.
Make him cry a little bit.
Yeah, he's probably going to beat you again.
I refuse to lose.
All right, so let's get on to GP Boston.
All right, GP Boston. GP Boston. Yeah. There was a lot of fun. I caught bits and pieces. I was more watching just SCG.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go through this one then.
Yeah, so Junk took first.
Junk one. It was Robin Delar. And essentially, the top 8 was defined by, like, Black-Green X. There were 2 Affinity and 2 Infect lists that made the top 8, which is pretty sweet, and they actually faced each other in the first round. But I think most of the rounds that actually, like, most people cared about were watching Junk play. Like, it was just really interesting to see the deck do so well. I was pretty happy about it because I think it's really good. It
I
ended
like
up
it.
being green, black, white versus green, black, red in the finals, and the green, black, white deck won. And I think mainly that's just because it has Lingering Souls, which is super, super, super good in the matchup. And I think right now, for the metagame, Junk is the best deck to play, just because Jund is really popular, and if Scapeshift is that popular too, it has good matches for both of those decks,
Yeah.
and it runs green, so it can just deal with Affinity. So, like, those are three of the main decks right now. It just kind of crushes all of them. It's also got a really good matchup versus Infect, because it's very removal-based.
What are you talking
So I
about?
think
Stony Silence doesn't break Affinity at all.
no, not at all. Yeah. So it's just I think it's the best deck metagame wise to be running right now. I don't even know if there's a discussion to be had here.
No.
I think it's just the best deck. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what preys on it that much, but I feel like if you don't have a main deck that's able to beat it, you at least need to devote like 4 to 5 or maybe even 6 slots in your sideboard just to this matchup. So watch out for the Black Green X. If you go to a tournament, you should know a lot of your cards are going to get dismembered.
Yep, and I guess one of our guys for our shop bought all his Goyce up at the GP.
Oh wow, how much they? $200.
Yeah, I think it was like 200 a shot.
Yeah, well,
I think he might have got him for like 170, and that's why he did it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I might do that. If someone was like 4 guys, 170 each, I might say yes.
yeah,
That's a distinct possibility.
yeah. I think it was something like that because he bought all 4 without even blinking. He was like, "Yup."
Yes, mine.
So.
All right, yeah, that's pretty cool. But this deck was really interesting to watch. You can actually watch it on YouTube. Everything's uploaded. The channel is GG's Live, so you can go watch there. I think Wizards uploads their stuff as well, but they're just slower, so I don't know. That's where I watched it. I can't find the list for the... I can't change the list. Oh, I figured it out.
I got the John list up. I got Andrew Boswell's list up.
Yeah,
I'm rather impressed with this Joan list because it's got like a Grim Lavamancer in it. It's got Olivia in it.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Olivia mainboard.
Chandra Pyromaster mainboard.
Yep. I think Pyromaster is pretty normal now. This card's just good. But Olivia mainboard is not something we've seen, like, ever. He's also got a second one in the sideboard, so it is a card that he wants to bring in certain matchups, and I think it's really powerful. Like, that card can just win a game on its own very easily. You just play Olivia, shoot all our guys. Over. And it gives you Blood Moon protection. Because if they play a Blood Moon with Olivia out, they literally cannot kill it no matter what. Because they can't use the removal spells to kill Olivia, because they can't pay for them. And Olivia gets out of Lightning Bolt range so fast, you can't even blink.
Yep, they're going to be like, you play Olivia, if you get lucky enough, you play her on like a turn 6. And
you
then,
play it on 4.
Well, you turn 4 if you want.
At least Slaughter backed up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then, basically, oh, wait, next turn, shoot something. Now it's a 4/4.
Yep. Pretty much.
And then you're like, I can't Lightning Bolt that.
Yep, can't bolt me. Da-na-na-na.
But I can terminate you.
That's true. You can still terminate Olivia. There are answers, but there's just not very many. As the format is very Lightning Bolt based.
Yep.
So, and like Abrupt Decay doesn't hit it.
No.
So like if you look at this deck, the only cards that can kill it are the 2 Terminates and a Slaughter Pack. I don't think Slaughter Pack can. It has to be non-black. Yeah,
non-black.
So 2 Terminates. Yep.
And Maelstrom Pulse can get rid of it.
Yeah, I meant for this list. There's not in here. Oh, is there one in here? Oh,
yeah.
There is. Sorcery Hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think that's enough for Modern. Let's just move on. Because we got to talk about Comic-Con.
Yeah, all right, so Comic-Con's going to be our biggest. Basically, that and the Pro Tour. So let's go into Comic-Con because there's a lot of news. Yep. So first, let's talk about Commander and Comic-Con.
Just go in order, Pat. It'll be so much easier.
Well, Commander was the part they announced first.
There's a link. Just use it.
Did you put a link in?
It'll be so much easier. Yeah, dude. Do I ever not put the link in?
Well, I don't ever pay attention to you.
Yeah, exactly. God. Commander's last. Just for you.
No!
Yep. Commander's last. I think everything else is more exciting anyway. Although there's some pretty sweet Commander stuff.
I was about to say, can we talk about the really sweet Commander stuff?
No.
All right. So teaser trailer. They put a teaser trailer out for cons, and it basically showed the wedges.
Yeah, all the
But it's not the regular wedge set. I mean, it's a wedge set, but it's not like what we've normally seen out of wedges. It's the enemy wedges.
Yeah, it's not gonna be shards.
It's not shards. So, and each wedge or house is going to be centered around a certain color.
Yeah.
And then they have a certain dragon aspect they like most. So some will be endurance, one will be endurance, cunning, ruthlessness, speed, and savagery. Each wedge is going to also have its own mechanic. And Morph is back. So basically, I'm looking really forward to this.
Yep.
So let me go over the quick wedges. We have white, black, green, which is the Azaban house, right?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop you and just do the names.
Okay.
Because you're gonna terrorize them.
Okay.
Abzan. Abzan.
Yeah, whatever.
That's the junk. I'm just gonna call it junk because I think Abzan is probably pretty bad. They respect the dragon aspect of endurance. Their symbol is the scale of a dragon, and the con is Anafenza.
All right. Then we got blue, red, white, which is going to be centered around the blue.
Jeskai. Or Jeskai, maybe. I think it's Jeskai. It's like the Abzan house, the Jeskai way. Their dragon aspect is cunning, which kind of goes with blue. The symbol is the eye of a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Their con's name is Narset. So that's the American, or whatever you want to call it. Then we have the bug, or black, green, blue is the way they've ordered it. It's centered in black. They're the Sultai brood. So I think they're going to be like, a lot of... They kind of remind me of Golgari.
I feel like it's going to be a very much Golgari feel to them.
Yeah. Mainly because it's called a brood.
Yeah.
And that's what Zerg things were. It's... If you have your own brood, is if you have like your own Zerg army in StarCraft.
Yep.
So I kind of feel like they're going to go through that. These are like the snake people. They're pretty sweet looking, not going to lie. If you watch the teaser trailer, they're the big snake people.
Yep.
They're pretty hard to miss. Their dragon aspect is ruthlessness. Their symbol is the fang, and the con is Sidisi. Yeah, Sidisi.
Yep. Then we got red, white, black, which is centered red.
The Mardu Horde is what they're called.
That kind of sounds like a red thing, a little horde-ish,
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be pretty...
Especially with their aspect being speed.
Yeah, they're the aggro colors.
Yeah.
So this is I want to kill you real fast. I guess you're playing red, white, black.
Yeah.
Or Mardu, whatever. Their symbol is the wing of the dragon. Makes sense. The con is Zergo, Helm's Master. And apparently they have something to do with orcs. So orcs are coming back, and they're going to be in this clan. Or...
Yeah.
Is it clan? Yeah. Whatever. And then the last one is the green, blue, red, centered in green. The Timur Frontier.
Did you see the picture of this one where the guy's punching the bear in the face?
Oh, yeah. He's just beating the crap out of that bear.
Yeah.
Yes. That was pretty sweet. Their dragon aspect is savagery. Makes sense that the guy's punching a bear in the face.
Yep.
The symbol is the claw of the dragon. And their con's name is Surak Dragonclaw. So I'm guessing these are the shamanistic people.
Yep.
So maybe this is where Sarkhan is from.
Sarkhan will be featured, definitely. They already said.
He's in the set.
Basically, I love. Now everyone's been complaining. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people that watch our show. I mean, they do pre-release. Everyone does pre-release.
Yeah.
And a big about pre-release was you get 5 cards. You choose your 5 main guys.
Yeah, you choose your promo card.
And that can, that basically means you win or how well you do.
Mm-hmm.
This one, every pre-release will have 40 possible pre-release cards.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick your clan,
Yeah.
and you get 1 of 5 from that clan.
Yep.
Which I think is great.
I think it's gonna be awesome because it's gonna spice everything right up.
Yeah, I think I'd still prefer just here's your 6 packs, go. But I think from a casual standpoint, like someone who doesn't, maybe doesn't play a lot of Magic, they come up with the pre-releases and like game day or whatever. This is gonna be great for them because they'll be like, oh man, I don't know, this Sultai Brood people, they're pretty sweet, man. I just want to use them. And you'll pick that, and you'll get your piece, and then you kind of just build your deck.
Yep.
I don't think they're all going to be 3 colors. I think they're probably going to be like 2 colors or 1 color, the actual promo cards. So it doesn't, shove you into playing Bug. Maybe you can play Rug or whatever.
Yep.
Or Temur, whatever.
But it sounds like the pre-release is going to be activity based around your clan.
Yeah.
So that will be a lot of fun, and
well, that was like RTR, right?
Yeah,
they did that for RTR.
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So, and they basically explained the cons killed the dragons. They also said there's going to be this block has time travel element.
Yeah.
So I don't know which way they're going with this, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, I think so. This is my guess from looking at if you go up to the part where it says Cons of Tarkir block, it says unique draft structure.
Yeah.
You draft triple large for first. The second one you draft the middle set, and then cons. And the third one you draft the last set, and then you draft it again, and then you draft the middle set.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, the first one is current times. The second one, something crazy happens.
Yep.
And like, there's maybe that slight bit of time travel, and then the third one is there in the past, where all the dragons are alive, and it's just gonna be dragon set.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna finish it off with like the transitionary period.
Yeah.
That's my guess. So I think they're going to the past.
Did you see the time of release of these? They're jamming these in real quick. It's like September is gonna be cons.
Yeah.
Then January is going to be. It's like December or January is going to be the next one, and then February. Or no, it's like, it's gonna be like beginning of December. I think it is the next one, and then like February is the next one.
Huh.
Yeah, they're jamming these.
Because usually one's in March.
Yeah.
And one's in January.
I think the problem was. Remember when Dragon Maze hit? Dragon Maze hit March, and then Modern Masters hit a month later, and that just totally destroyed Dragon Maze.
Yeah, I mean that just wasn't a very good format.
Well, we're going to talk about why I think they're doing this.
Yeah.
So basically, with them jamming them this close, they've hinted towards it, and at Comic-Con it was hinted some more. Is Modern Masters 2 will come out this year, or the next year, shall we say?
Yeah, next year.
And
it's because we had Conspiracy this year at the same time.
So Modern Masters 2 will come out, and I think they don't want to ruin, Louis, which I think is the third one.
Yeah. That makes sense. I like that a lot.
So they're just jamming these really close together, which will actually spice up or Standard pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, because think of even this last year with Conspiracy, that took away from Journey into Next a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we talked about both at the same time, and it ended up being like kind of tiring. We're like, all right, now we gotta go to this set and this set and this set. I think just spreading it out seems like a great idea. We're gonna be drafting, because the store that I'm at, we just cut. Like, we didn't even do Journey while Modern Masters was out. We just drafted Modern Masters every week.
Yeah.
We didn't even do Standard. We just drafted Modern Masters the whole time. So if that's how it is again, then I think this is good. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's a really good idea.
Yeah,
like
that's what I think they're coming out with. Now, we did see from some of the From the Vault stuff. This year it's From the Vault Annihilation. We did get a time frame. I think they said, what was it, October? Was the release. But there's new art Armageddon, new art Wrath of God,
we knew about the Wrath.
Living Dead art from the Magic Online, Rolling Earthquake, which is expensive as hell.
$150. Yep. Go steal yours now.
And new art Cataclysm.
Yep.
So
these are all cards that were in that leaked one.
Yeah.
So maybe that was actually the right list.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm kind of disappointed then. I really think everyone wanted
Damnation.
Damnation, yeah. I think Damnation.
But Rolling Earthquake is not a bad pick.
Yeah, Rolling Earthquake's sweet too.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I might even prefer Damnation. I obviously like money wise, Rolling Earthquakes are more expensive. But Damnation needs a reprint, guys. Like, that card's played a lot in casual, and people just eat that up. They're like, "Oh man, black can kill everything now. Sweet." And that's just a card that can't be printed in standard right now. Maybe in a couple years or something, but it can't be printed in standard right now, and everybody still wants them. They're just still going up in price. So I think that's a card that needs to be reprinted. Maybe that's in Modern Masters too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
So from the vault, so we got 5 of the 12 leaks that we should see. So.
Yeah, it's 15, isn't it?
Or 15, sorry. 5 of the 15, so 10 more will come out.
Yeah. I imagine Rolling Earthquake's going to be like the same place Jace was, where it's just like, this is the centerpiece.
Yep.
It's the only card that's even close to Jason value.
Yeah.
Maybe they release something else. Maybe if Damnation is, they might put that at the front, because I think people are really excited about it.
The next biggie that was released, which I'm
so excited for.
Yeah, I'm really excited for. I did pick up these when they were out.
Yeah.
But I want more.
Yeah, well, Divine versus Demonic has Demonic Tutor in it.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, everyone's going to buy this.
Yeah, so they've announced that they're doing a Dual Decks anthology, which is basically they're reprinting the first 4 Dual Decks, which is Elves and Goblins, Jason Chandra, Divine and Demonic, and Garruk and Liliana.
So I'm guessing there's going to be some
the all-new frames, the card frames.
Yeah.
And they're releasing it on December 12th.
Yeah.
So, super excited. So, if you guys want some of those really high-end Elves and Goblins cards that are expensive and are damn near impossible to get your hands on, there you go. Oh, yeah, there's some Goblin cards in there that are like $10 a piece just to get your hands on it.
Oh.
And
man, I have one of those. Maybe I should go find it.
You should probably go find it then. Yeah, and Divine and Demonic, at least Demonic Tutor's in there. Enough said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Demonic Tutor. That was all that needed to be said. I'm like getting it.
And the Garruk and Liliana, there's new art. There's that art there that really is kind of cool. So.
Okay, yeah. There's an Ambush Commander.
Yeah.
And there's 2 Imperious Perfects.
Yep.
Those are pretty good. Oh, and there's Wirewolf Symbiotes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There's only one, but that's still sweet.
Yeah.
If you want to get into Legacy and you don't want to pay for symbiotes, you can buy this and then trade for more.
I have 6 of them sitting right next to me right now.
Think about this as like there's going to be so many people who just don't want the symbiotes. They're going to be able to trade for them for so cheap. And I think they're a little bit of money, isn't they?
Yeah.
Let me go check. I guess I don't know how to spell it.
All right.
Anyway.
So Dual Decks, Speed and Cunning got its 2 guys you're gonna see fighting each other.
Yep.
Zurgo the Helmsmaster, or Zurgo Helms Smasher, the Orc Warrior from what we talked about in cons, the one leader. He's gonna be the leader of the Cunning side, I think. No, the Speed side.
No, yeah.
Use Speed, and then Cunning was the Arcanist of Omnipotent. And oh my god, it looks absolutely awesome.
Did they leak who's gonna be the other one?
No.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, it's Arcanist the Omnipotent.
Yeah.
Omnipotent.
Yeah.
Not quite. That's pretty sweet. That's the guy you tap him to draw 3, right? Arcanist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tap him, draw 3.
That's pretty sick. I want one of those.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this looks pretty sweet. I like the Planeswalker dual decks more, but these are cool too.
Yeah, I mean it looks cool. I love the artwork on Arcanus. Just absolutely awesome looking.
You know what he looks like? He looks like an angel from the Diablo series.
Yeah, he does.
Where he's like got the hood and it's like you can't see his face, but he's got like the white.
I mean, okay.
All over.
Anyone that plays Commander will never say, "Oh, I'm just not gonna make a Zurgo deck," because Zurgo is freaking awesome in Command. He's gonna be awesome in Commander.
Yeah, I didn't even read this card.
Okay, so I'll read it for you.
That's okay. I'm already reading it.
He's a 5-drop.
Yeah, he's
That's 7/2 with haste. Tax each combat if able. Has indestructible as long as it's your turn. And whenever a creature is dealt damage by him and it dies this turn, you put a 1/1 counter on him. So it's basically...
It's not a vampire, though.
No, but it's basically...
This is a flavor fail. I hate this card.
Shut up.
Well, I'm not joking. This is a vampire ability.
It's no Predator Ooze had that ability.
Okay. Yeah, but that's like an ooze that dissolves people. This guy's just an orc. Does he eat them after he kills them?
Probably.
Oh, he probably eats them after he kills them. All right, fair enough.
Yep.
I guess it makes sense then.
Yeah. So it looks awesome.
It's kind of weird.
I'm looking really kind of forward to that. So yeah, and so this year for Commander, now everyone, the buzz around was, okay, Commander, we're gonna get some new Commander stuff. They were kind of hoping it was like the last Commander set. What was it? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the one that they reprinted all the Commander staples and like foil, and it was like $100, and
What's that one called? Commander Toolbox or something?
Yeah, Commander Toolbox or something like that. Commander's Arsenal.
Yeah.
And that's what they're kind of thinking was going to happen this year, was we're going to get another Arsenal. And then Wizard said, no, we got something even better. So we have 5 monocolored Commander decks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming out on November 7th.
I'm a fan of them being monocolored.
I am actually a huge fan of monocolor.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is get, so like, I want to have a Karn Silver Golem Commander deck, and then one of each of the Praetors, and then I'm good.
So we have 15 new cards per deck. Some with some overlaps. So 61 total new cards. A cycle of monocolored Planeswalkers.
There's no overlap.
No, there's some overlaps. They say.
Oh yeah, that's 75.
Yeah.
Oh, I just counted wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has to be some overlap. I'm stupid.
There are special ones allowed to be commanders. For example, if you guys did not see the release, Teferi Temporal Archmage is a planeswalker that could be your commander. And also a new cycle of monocolored legendary creatures that are characters from Magic's past that never got a card.
Like Ghoul-colored Jissa.
You got it.
I don't know how to pronounce that name.
So let's talk about the packaging. The packaging looks pretty much like the last one, but it's going to be monocolored. So, really awesome. But let's talk about what they showed us. And the two they showed us was Ghoul-colored Jissa and Teferi Temporal Archmage. And Teferi, what the crap were they thinking putting this card out so we can play it in Commander?
Why? It's not that bad.
It's going to be pretty awesome.
Hey, he's got the Jace ability, how we all wish it was.
Yeah.
Look at the top 2, put one in your hand, one on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to the new Jace's ability, but quite a bit better because it's actual card advantage.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 6-drop though, like he's expensive.
He is, but just think if you can actually ultimate this sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often?
Can we
all right,
say,
let me ask you this.
Can we say,
how often has someone been like, "Oh, here's my Planeswalker. Are you guys gonna kill it?" Like, how often do they say no?
Listen. I have a Super Friends deck. This Planeswalker is going to make his debut in there very easily.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Is he good enough?
Well, I run doubling season, so yes.
Alright, fair. So you just play him and then you minus it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, that'd be cool. It's worth noting. With doubling season, he comes in with 10 counters, but his plus abilities don't put extra counters on.
No.
And only put 1.
But he comes in with 10. So
he comes in with 10, yeah.
So I could go minus, and now I can just do whatever.
That's just silly. Alright, yeah, I mean, with doubling season, this guy's obviously broken.
Yeah.
Or not broken, but pretty sweet. I think he's just cool.
He's awesome.
I like that
the flavor is awesome.
And a Planeswalker Teferi is cool.
Yeah.
His abilities, I mean, his minus 10 is essentially, or it's one part of his, or one part similar to his like actual card.
Yeah.
I think I still like the card better.
But then we had Ghoul-colored Jissa, the 5-drop. Basically, she can be a commander. I think she's going to be.
Is she the commander?
I think she's the black commander.
Okay. So only blue gets a Planeswalker Planeswalker commander.
Yeah, as of right now.
Fair.
Uh,
they don't love blue more than other colors.
No. But her ability's pretty awesome. Where sacrifice another creature, put X 2/2 zombie creatures.
Yep.
Tokens out of the battlefield. X is the creature's power. So if you sacrifice a 7/7 or an 8/8, you get a lot of 2/2 zombie creatures out there.
Yeah, I assume you just play her with some kind of recursion deck, and you like keep bringing your guys back and like sacking them, and you bring them back.
So I mean, so Comic-Con itself had just a huge amount of information. Of course, then the new Planeswalkers from M15 got their black and white printing, which was awesome. And then you also had the Nerf Garruk X you could buy, and most stores got them, as far as I know, advanced stores. So yeah, because we have one at our store. It's pretty awesome.
You hit people with it?
Dude, I want to. It's still in the box right now, and I really want to take it out.
How have you not done that yet? I'm so disappointed.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're running a tournament, and that's gonna be first prize.
It says you can't hit people with it before then.
Because I have to take it out of the box then.
Yeah. So.
My boss doesn't trust me because he knows I'll start whacking customers with it.
Well, that's the whole point.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
What else are you gonna do with a giant Nerf axe?
Not whack people with it, I guess.
That's stupid. Obviously, you're gonna hit people with it. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you know of anything else that came from?
No, that was really about it. The hinting around it was Modern Masters 2, probably about May.
How did they hint to that? I didn't see
the
that.
reason being, there's such a giant gap between M16 and Dewey.
Oh, yeah. There's obviously another set there.
There's a set there that no one knows.
Sure.
And it's been already talked about when Modern Masters is such a big hit that Modern Masters 2 was definitely going to be.
Yeah, they'd be stupid not to print it.
They
could do Modern Masters every year, and I would still only draft that while it's out.
I bought like 2 boxes of Modern Masters. So
yeah, dude, buying Modern Masters boxes is like one of the best investments you could possibly
Not
make.
really, because Modern Masters was probably the most hit or miss set.
No, I mean people want the boxes though. I mean like buying a box and just keeping it sealed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that like is more for sure just gonna go up in value. Now I guess with Modern Masters 2 coming out, it might not. So maybe you want to sell off your Modern Masters. But I don't know. That's probably still
not really. I mean,
people still gonna want that. I want my V-Clicks. It's fucking $80, man. That's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, not really. Other than that, Modern Masters boxes are still, pretty pricey at $450 a piece.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Thought they'd be more. Not even lying.
Dude, for only 24 booster packs, it's and for the chance to not even get anything good.
It's so much fun.
I know we had one guy. He literally bought 2 boxes. Both boxes were like wah wah wah. He got like $5 worth of stuff.
That sucks. Yeah, I mean that's gonna happen, but the fact is you can still open a Goyf. You can still open a foil Goyf. So.
I know. I opened a foil Goyf, promptly sold it, and then got 2 more.
Why would you sell it?
Because I bought 2 regulars.
Oh, okay. Man, I want Tarmogoyfs. Just saying. Can I get some of those?
Do you want me to open up my more packs for you and get them for you?
What are you gonna send me Tarmogoyfs?
Yeah, but you have to do dirty things for me for the next 2 years.
I mean that sounds acceptable. What is it? Just like weird sex stuff? I'm down.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And that is how the art of the deal is made.
That's funny. Oh, by the way, it's been a year. Oh, no, it hasn't. It hasn't been a year since the last from the vault. Because you know what happens after a year, right? That means you lose the bet.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't think $100, man.
No, he's not.
Got there. Anyway, let's just do our main talk. It's like 8:30.
All right,
Half an hour. Talk about the Pro Tour.
Pro Tour. So they're all testing right now, and starting tomorrow, Pro Tour is on.
Yep.
Let's start out with there's going to be 2 formats. The 2 formats are sealed, M15 sealed.
Is it sealed?
Or not sealed, but draft. M15 draft. And standard.
Yep.
So the big question is, what are you going to see in standard? And a lot of people are saying, well, mono black. And I said, well, it's a good idea.
Are you arguing that they're not just going to be like 90% mono black? Or I think the field will be over 0.5% mono black. Sounds stunned, or you're doing something. I don't know.
I want to say no.
Yeah, I don't want to be right. I hope I'm wrong. But I mean, it's just the best. It got better. Mono blue didn't get better. Jace isn't very good. We have learned this. The new Jace, not a good card. Unless like the bug color one is like super graveyard oriented.
Yeah.
Which I certainly think it could be. That wouldn't surprise me. Which would be sweet, by the way. But like, he's just not good in this format. So mono blue got literally nothing from the set.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be mono blue. I think you're gonna see them try to brew out something different. I think black green or green black will be something out there. Mono black. It's gonna have black involved. I think you're gonna see stuff where people try to play Elizabeth and all that. Because Elizabeth is just good.
I mean, like, Waffle Top is gonna play as for control. Jar Fabiano is gonna play as for control. Like, Owen Turtwell is gonna play mono black. Obviously, there's some people we've already decided, but I think a lot of the people who are, like a large percentage of the field is not on a pro team at a pro tour. Like, a lot of the people there are just guys who qualified through PTQs, and they've been testing with their friends, and they're like, wow, this mono black deck is insane, you should just play that, and they will. So I think, like, so many people are going to play mono black. I just don't see a possibility where it's not the number 1 deck. I honestly can't even imagine that it won't be.
No, it's going to be a black. It's going to be a black variant decks, all black variant.
No, I think it's just mono black.
I don't
even think black variant cuts it. Like, no one's gonna play black white. They're just gonna play mono black. I mean, people will play black white and mono black. Mostly mono black. That's my guess.
We'll see. Like I said, I really feel like it's gonna be black variants.
You don't think it's just gonna be all mono black?
No, I think they're gonna try to get fancy, and they're gonna each out metagame each other, and it's gonna be black variants.
I think they're just gonna play mono black.
But that's just me. I really think. I think so. I think where it's going to come down to is honestly the draft portion. M15 is such a new set right now. They've only had it to draft for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
So
it sounds like a cool set to draft. Like, have you done much drafting?
I have not. I've been watching a lot of it because I work those nights.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like they're going to. It'll be pretty awesome. So, other than that, really, I think we're gonna see a lot of, like I said, black variants because I think P-Chaps will play something with Elizabeth in it.
I think he's gonna play mono black. He might not play mono black. He'll do something weird and win.
But other than that,
just so good.
I think we're gonna see a lot of fun.
Yeah, like, I mean, I shouldn't say that everyone's gonna play mono black. I just feel like half the people are gonna play that deck. And other than that, there's gonna be I don't think there's any real innovation from M15 that anyone can play.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see like an Apex Predator show up or something.
Sure. Yeah. I like maybe a couple Apex Predators or Quarter Calling or Nissa.
Yeah.
I don't think it shook up the format to the point where mono black isn't just the best, because I think it got the best card.
Yeah.
It got Silent Black, guys. The deck just got better, and Urborg, to make their Mute Vaults better.
Yep.
It's pretty brutal.
So, it is what it is. I mean, we'll see what happens. It starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow. I don't know when. Do you know what time?
I don't, off the top of my
I
head.
didn't look. I did not check.
You fail.
I mean, if we go and look at this Google document, I wrote all of it, so I don't feel like I failed.
You failed.
I got there. Yeah. So you're saying black variant because it's probably just the best color in constructor right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm gonna stick with just like a bunch of mono black decks. But limited, what do you think there? What's you said you haven't drafted much. Have you seen what other people are drafting?
A lot of people are drafting. I mean, if they can get their hands on it, the souls are pretty much bombs, and they tell you where to go.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you draft a soul. You open a soul, you take it and go.
Yeah. So it starts at 9 a.m. Portland time, so 9 a.m. your time. New York time will start at noon. So.
I think it'll start at 10 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Portland's East Coast or West Coast, right?
Yeah, completely West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast, West Coast.
No.
Yeah, it sounds better than East Coast, West Coast too. West and best rhyme.
But I'm thinking it's going to be pretty awesome. It sounds.
Yeah, it should be cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there's gonna be more cons news. I think they're probably gonna reveal at least one mechanic, and maybe Sarkinvol. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe.
Cool. Maybe. Yeah.
But yeah. So, I feel like really we're M15 because I've drafted it online a few times.
Okay. Sure.
I feel like M15 as you draft it, while you could stay open your first pack very easily. Mm-hmm. Basically, what you want to do, what I kind of learned in your first pack, is draft the best stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, just draft what is best.
And then you're gonna look.
Yeah, but then you're gonna look at it, and then your second pack, literally, when you open it up, if you have like a bomb rare or mythic, you go, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Because a soul is a bomb. We had one guy draft a Doom Engine and a soul of New Phyrexia, and literally just destroyed people with them.
He drafted the 2 colorless souls?
Yeah.
That's the 7th soul.
Yep. And he made people cry.
Yeah. That card hits a lot.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It might be better than some of the souls.
Yep.
Which I hate to say because it's such a stupid card. So dumb. The name
it's good. And I mean, really, it comes down to how well can you synergize your deck as well. Like, there's some really good, just awesome synergies in red where you can put out a 5-drop on turn 3 or 2.
Yeah, with the generator servant.
Yeah, with the generator servants.
So good.
Generator servants.
That might even
ridiculous.
be first pickable. I'm not sure.
It is actually become first pickable.
It's really good. I think you want to pick your bomb over it. Like, you don't want to go into it until you have like a red expensive card. But once you do, it's like, oh, generator servant's so good.
Yeah. Well, we had a guy it was like Soul of Chandelar, and then he picked up like 2 generator servants.
I would play Soul of Chandelar and 22 generator servants.
Yep.
Maybe. I'm not sure. That's probably not true. But I might think about it.
So I think honestly it was pretty awesome to see. You could do a lot. Green red's still a pretty big thing. Blue's a little goofy and wonky at times. Yeah,
blue has taken a dive from M14. Blue is bar none the best color. You either play in blue or you're kind of like trying to play blue.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how that draft set went.
Yeah.
And if you got opportunities, you just pick them over everything other than a Jace.
Yeah.
So I think that core set was not. I enjoyed drafting it. I didn't mind it because there were a lot of cool synergistic strategies. Because blue is the best color, it was really slow.
Yep.
So you had a chance to play other strategies that were slow. But
I think I cannot wait for the draft to watch what these pros are actually drafting.
It's gonna be really sweet. I think Convoke is a thing. Like
Convoke's
the green
gonna be a big
X
thing.
Convoke.
Yeah.
I think the green white or green blue Convoke are both really good.
When I was playing my draft, I got one of those Convoke Siege Worms. It's stupid. Just stupid.
Card's dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't play with it in original Ravnica because I didn't realize how good it was. I played it once. I was like, this card's just stupid. I don't understand. Why would this be printed? this is a huge mistake. I don't get it. Well, not a mistake, because obviously it's not going to for construct it, but God,
Yeah.
that card's so good for a common.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
what were
a
you
common.
thinking?
You pick up 2 of them, and then you just convoke them out on like turn 4 or 5
Yeah.
if you're lucky.
They're bombs. They're bombs at common.
And then they look at you and go, "What?"
You can't beat that.
And with this format only having one premier removal spell, which is Flesh to Dust.
Well, I think the only hard removal, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
else, there's other removal, but it's not as good, and it's not as mana efficient. So
I think Illustrate's better. It just doesn't hit anything.
Yeah.
Flesh to Dust does stop regeneration as well, so that giant silverback gorilla or whatever, the 6/5 is killable. The card's so good too. Green's just great in this set. So is red though. Red's really good.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see that. I want to see what they kind of produced. Because like I said, I think it's gonna be green variant or black variants
for
standard. So
so in limited, what's your favorite strategy then? Because we're kind of done with standard.
My favorite strategy would be them basically delving into either like a red-green, just ramp it up with Generator Servant and just start spitting out really large stuff.
It's like the red-green kind of
beat 'em up deck. That's what I drafted once, and I 3-0'd so easily.
It's a really good deck. That's one of my favorites. Also, like, obviously, the blue-red kind of tempo deck.
Yeah, the blue-red tempo decks are really good, but you need to get your hands on, like, Heat Rays and stuff like that.
Yeah, Heat Rays are pretty good. I think, like, Frostlinks and Well Concern are just the best cards.
Yeah, Frostlinks is awesome.
It's really good. Helps you get damage in, and it stops the guy from attacking. So it helps you get damage in, like, the turn you play it and the next turn.
Yeah.
And it stops from attacking for a turn if you need to.
Yeah.
So, like, as far as tempo goes, it's really good. There's also Void Snare, which is just great, guys.
Yep.
Like, pick it high, it's really good. And the Angel, the 4/4 flyer, Illusionary Angel.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Well, when you can tempo deck, you can, like, encrust something, and then Illusionary Angel right on top of that. So
yeah, or you can just or you use Void Snare and then Angel on turn 4.
Yep.
You ever played a 4/4 flyer on turn 4?
Yeah.
I haven't, but I'm sure it's incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds just not beatable, especially after you just tempoed them.
So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can be done.
Yeah.
And it really improves everything. The problem being, I really honestly think there's going to be some people that really just going to go heavy bombs. And that works really well in this format because it's a dirtily format.
It's not a dirtily format.
It's a dirtily format.
It is not. Patrick, open your eyes. It's not dirtily at all.
I think
this is attacking format. There's 3/1s in it. 3/1 for 2 mana? You think this is a dirtly format?
I think
you're crazy. You're crazy!
You can make it very dirtily very quick. But I think I have seen it drafted, and I know it's draftable, is Goblins.
Really? Is there enough?
Yes.
You need a lot of Goblins.
I think one guy had like 10 Goblins in his deck.
It's all Goblins.
And he just went to town, and everyone was like, what? Really? Yep. Well, he got 2 of those rares somehow.
That's pretty nuts. Like Kabumas plus the one that makes 1/1s or something.
Yeah. So it's pretty ridiculous. So there's those offshoots that can be just super aggro and just go over the top really quick. So I've seen it go both ways, where we had guys that make these blue-red strategies that go to time.
Yeah.
Where they're a tempo deck, and I've had decks literally 5 minutes and done. So there's like no in between. It seems like it's either they're going a long distance and playing that for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and it'll finish 5 minutes before your time's up, or someone just slams you so hard with a chair across the head that you just had no idea what happened to you.
Do people hit you with chairs at your store?
Yeah, I'm actually the one that hits people. I'm violent.
Okay, I guess that I believe.
Yeah.
You just sit down at a table, bet.
So what do you think? What do you think the deck to beat? Who's going to be the top drafter they're following?
Who's going to be the top drafter?
Yeah, because I think drafts first.
Yeah. You mean who the player is?
Yeah, who are they going to follow?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Opening camera.
Oh, who are they going to put on camera?
Yeah, first.
Whoever has King of the Hill. I don't know who it is. Who won the last Pro Tour? Patrick Chapman.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to be on camera.
Automatically, they're going to watch his draft?
Yeah, he's King of the Hill right now.
Okay.
Is that what they always do?
I forget.
I don't know.
Is it? No.
Should be. I think Patrick Chapman's going to be on camera early. He's for sure in the coverage area.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, it just depends on one of these on camera or not, and I think he's gonna be. That's my guess. Of who coverage is gonna follow. Who's gonna win? I have no clue, man.
I was gonna ask. That was my next question. Since we're pretty much done for the night.
Yeah.
Your pick to win.
All right. What I want is Reed Duke versus Jeremy Desani finals, and then I just don't care. I think the story is already so good. I'm not allowed to try to pick one of them to win. Like, no. I want Reed to win, but I'm not allowed to pick. It's too perfect already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. I don't know if there's anyone who could rightfully complain if that's the final, and it's just like whoever wins this best of 5 wins Player of the Year and the Pro Tour.
You know what the thing is though? Reed has a really good chance. He's been coming out to the SCG Opens.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's been practicing and he's been playing in a mono blue.
Yeah, he's been playing mono blue and standard.
So.
Which I think he'll probably play.
Yeah.
So will Desani. I don't want mono blue finals. God. Okay, never mind. I don't know then. BBD, go.
BBD.
I want him to win.
I'm actually going with probably Reed Duke. We'll probably take it this time.
No, listen, I get to be the Reed Duke fanboy. You have to pick someone else.
I'm not being a fanboy. I'm being honest.
Okay, I am. You have to pick someone else.
No, I think Reed will. I think Reed's gonna come out and he's gonna. I think the mono blue will play well enough for him in standard, and he's a phenomenal drafter that he should have no problem drafting and win.
Yeah, it really depends on how the format rolls for him. Like, is this a format he's good at? I have no idea. None of the guys on Pro Tour have been showing what they're doing, except for Ari Lax. He's the only person who's put up an M15 draft who's on Pro Tour, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's that. Yeah, I really just don't know how good these guys are at drafting. I think that is obviously a huge part of it. So if, someone like Ben Stark just gets it, then he can certainly win a Pro Tour. That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, honestly, the last two Pro Tours, really the draft is what made or broke.
Yeah. Both have been important. Both are always important. But it's really hard to decide ahead of time without knowing the format well enough and knowing the players.
Yeah.
You know what? I want Brian Kilber to win. That's who I'm picking.
You want Kibbles?
Kilber versus BBD finals, and Reed Duke's gonna win.
All right. All right, that works. So, guys, that was it for us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. So next week, we have a versus video.
I'll pick Nedman's winner. He thinks that Wafatop was gonna win.
Okay.
Because he plays dirtily decks and stuff.
Yep. All right.
There you go.
So hopefully we can narrow down Nedman and get him back.
Yeah.
But next week we have a versus video. So if you guys like what you heard, and you guys want to see a certain standard deck or modern deck or legacy deck played, please shoot us a message or do that on YouTube or whatever it might be. Again, I'm going to start amping up the teaching sessions if you guys want to learn Magic or just get better at it. Yeah, I am free and I can help out with that. So it's free. Just send me a message on here or add me on Twitter and tweet at me. So.
Yep. And if either of us are streaming or anything, just ask questions, guys. We have no problem answering questions.
And always we like to thank our sponsor, cardhoarder.com. They make everything we do possible. So check them out and follow them at Twitter at cardhoarder, where they have some absolutely amazing flash sales.
Yeah, they're always insane.
Yeah. So I always make fun of them too. I'm like, if I had tickets to.
If If only I had tickets.
So, oh well. Brandon, final thoughts.
Like I said, Killable vs. BBD Finals Reed wins. That's all I got, man. Follow me on Twitter @Muatarn.
All right.
I'll throw the chat.
Really, you just tweeted Kevlar?
Yeah, I did. That's why I want him to win now.
All right, whatever. All right.
I didn't think of it until I saw his tweet.
I hate you.
What? Why?
I don't know. All right, guys. So we'll see you. We'll see you on Wednesday for our versus video at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then podcast episode 46 on Thursday, where we will recap all the wonderful Pro Tour news and what was announced for cons.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this fuzz off my shirt.
So thank you guys for watching. Hit that follow button if you like what you hear, and have a great night.
No, crush that button.